Hi. So, I want to talk today about the 3 teachings that I most take into consideration in all of my efforts to go through talking and to share with others. And that first teaching is that you are not your body. This understanding and this lesson is a very it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work for us to understand that we are not the body. The body is a representation of your state of consciousness right now. It is the state that your ethereal body and your eternal body that is not physical, it's a way for it to experience time as humans see it on Earth. And that is a valid experience for infinite creation and infinite intelligence to manifest and to do the work that is necessary in the physical dimension, because the work that we are doing here, whether we know it or not, is to essentially accelerate the rate of communication and accelerate the density of light per square inch in our physical reality, in our Earth sphere. So the first teaching is that we are not our bodies, and we are our experience. We are our subjective state of being, our frequency, our vibration. That frequency and vibration is represented by our external circumstances. So if we are feeling lack, if we are feeling that we are not have the necessary conditions for us to feel happy, joyful, blissful, free, unified, complete, whole, then we are going to experience that on a circumstantial level as well. And the more we go inward, the more that we find it to be okay to not do anything, the more that we find that we tap into the essence and the experience that is not physical, is not the body, and is not a person, the more that we can liberate and expand upon the possibility of living a different life, living a different experience, experiencing a different feeling. Our feelings on a subconscious level are determined on the circumstances, the conditions, and that's why if we don't have a certain amount of money in our bank account, if we don't have a certain amount of food in the refrigerator, if we don't have the partner that we have, that we love and show affection with, if they're not with us, then we will internally feel like we're incomplete. And that identity and that feeling of completeness is a condition that we put upon ourselves, that we cannot feel as though we are all here, we're all now. That is a illusion that what we need to be peaceful is somewhere out there, is somewhere out in time, somewhere that is not at this specific time and location. With the identity of the body, with the identity of the persona, of the genetics, of the ethnicity, the nationality, whatever, we identify with that which is bound by time, that it is constricted by an object in motion, and that object in motion is an experience that we feel stuck, that we feel stuck on a certain path, that we feel stuck in a certain linear line, in a linear fashion. That the second teaching that I talk about is your beliefs are not your thoughts. Your beliefs are your feelings, which are your emotions and your thoughts combined. That's what a feeling is a thought and emotion combined. It's a circuit. It is a stimulus and response that in a system of intelligence that we don't necessarily aren't aware of as our base consciousness as humans, but as we become to not identify with the person as much, with the person who feels a certain way, because the person who feels a certain way believes a certain way, and that's why you experience life a particular way. And when you look at a field of flowers, one person may, really enjoy that and feel like as if it's the best day on their lives. There's so much beauty, there's so much joy, freedom. And another person may feel depressed, might feel that they are not in tune with themselves, and they're not effectively connected with this field, and they feel nothing. They feel absolutely no joy or bliss. They just feel a condensed, solidified experience of what it is to be whatever they're experiencing, and they don't have any range of they don't have any fluctuation or any ability to imagine outside of that experience. The experience is for us to choose whether we like the field of flowers, or we like to sit in our rooms and watch TV and play video games. If we are truly enjoy in those moments, then that is a high frequency. And in sustaining that high frequency, we can encumber more and more compassion. We can encumber more feelings of joy, which is our whole experience. That's why we go to work. That is why we have the family, we have the partner, we have the car, we have the possession, is because that experience of owning that, of physically seeing that and being able to hold it and feel it and touch it, will give us a internal feeling that triggers our presence. It triggers our joy, and that joy is not specified or is not determined by the physical. Third teaching, which is you are under the impression that you are an object in motion, and really you are infinite awareness. What you are to the core, what allows you to experience a human body, experience a human connection to the planet and to other humans, is a overlying awareness that is there whether you are focused on it or not. Whether you are in tune with that presence, with it or not, it is giving rise to you experiencing human reality, human experience, human subjectivity. So whether we identify or tap into this or not, there is a part of us who allows to experience our emotions without any kind of judgment or preference. There's a neutralness that is pervading us, and that neutrality is everything other than what we identify as ourselves. Ourselves are ionically and literally subatomically charged particles in the form of our bodies, and the body is a distortion. It is a cloudy murkiness of pure awareness. It is dense darkness. It is not light. It is not pure. It is not ever pervading. We're trapped light. That's what we are. We're trapped light. So in order for us to feel like we are light again, that we are not trapped, we feel bliss, beauty, and peace. And if we are not to choose trapped light anymore as human beings, then we have to get out of the time trap and the time gap that is between you and peace now. There is no condition that is truly contingent upon you choosing peace, that you choosing delight and unification with what is eternal, with unification with what is expansive and forever. So if we are to take away our own identity and take away the personality, not to say that you can't feel joy, because usually people correlate personality with joy, or personality with fear, or grumpiness or whatever. But one word does not imply an inherent experience. And when I say the word personality, I mean the person that believes it is who the thought and the feeling is interpreted to mean. The thought is interpreted by the personality, semblance of what it is to be human, what it is to be a dense or a trapped light being. So if we are to transcend this identity and transcend this game that we're playing, and that is leaving us in a cycle of discontent and crisis and sickness and illness, it is time for us to remove the shackles that we put on ourselves and the illusory responsibilities that we put on ourselves to be a person, to be somebody. We're ingrained and we're constantly programmed to be somebody, to go achieve, to go do. And that is the industry of unconscious, that is making you do that, is the industry of manifest reality wanting to expand its rule over infinity. It's wanting the trapped light of physicality to expand its presence throughout light. It wants to overshadow light. So there are beings and there are people who choose the physical path, and as Earth is going through the changes, as we are seeing the shifts in consciousness that we are today, with the exchange rate of information and the transparency that is available to us now, we can begin to practice what it is to be lighter, to be freer, to be joyful, to have less constrictions of who and what it is we want to experience in this moment. The experience is completely up to you. It is not contingent upon the circumstance. So remember this. Remember that love is unconditional, true love. So love yourself. Take time to reflect inward. Take time to see yourself without a personality. I'll see you guys next time.